what's going on in the DSPRNG garage, I suppose. Fucking party on that pedal, which is what it needs.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check my restrictions.
Okay, welcome back everyone, and if you haven't been watching, this is where we are up to with what's going on in the DSPRNG garage, I suppose. So the engine's gone. I got a message from Mark this morning. He's going to go pick up the engine now in Wellington, and then he's going to get it back to Lama, and I'm expecting a phone call from him this afternoon with a description of what is going on, what we need. Yeah, so while it's away, I'm going to make the most of the time with it not being here by tidying up this. First, I've got to take out this tank. I'll just take it out because it's just a water tank for cooling. There's a shield down the middle, goes down there just to help with water circulation. So that'll come out. I'll drain that out. And then over here with the oil cooler, I'll be taking that out as well and just draining all the oil out. It hasn't run if you run a bearing and you really fuck your motor, all these lines in the cooler, everything just gets chucked in the bin. You do not waste your time with that. But it hasn't run a bearing. So that side of it's still good. So it'll just be getting a clean out, new filter, drain up. And over here, see how it's all tidy and good? That is what we want this side here to look like, because this side is a mess. And there is still wires in there from when we've had issues with the methanol pump. There's extra wires there. Yeah, I don't like how that other line goes through to the engine bay, that one there. And I've just used the stainless braided hose for that that hose protection, which that can all bugger off. Yeah, so that's where we're at. And I'll just be doing bits and pieces. I'm working every day for the next, or till Christmas, so I'll just be doing little bits and pieces along the way. Yeah. Quick update on the car. This is now the pile of stuff I've ripped out with tidying up the engine bay and up under the dash and shit. I'm just ripping everything out that doesn't do anything, just makes it way more simple to work on. Now it's looking like this, and it's pretty obvious it needs a decent clean. So we're going to move some cars, put it outside in the drive, water blast it, yeah, and then get it all tidied up, and then finish wiring, running the wires and that through on the other side, and yeah, literally just triple checking if nothing can short out and have any failures in the future, because you definitely don't want this crap to happen again. So yeah, that's pretty much the mission for now. So I might set up a time lapse and water blast it and then show the finished result. Okay, let's see how it came up. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. The old water blaster brought it up pretty good. Actually, this water blaster, I won this water blaster here. I won this at Rapinats quite a few years back. I think it might have been first time I went to Rapinats, we won it. Me and Danny went up there. Like that. Still shop Masterton. Fucking love Rapinats. definitely keen to go back up there. But yeah, now it's probably time to put in the garage and continue the wiring, I suppose. Well, I've been busy wiring and tidying things up. If you come and have probably a closer look, so all the wiring, they used to have like wiring and crap going everywhere through here. So I've got this big thick bit of water heater hose which goes through here, and it's got power cables and other bits and pieces going through it. There's still one more wire which goes to the alternator and crap as well. So it's all fully protected now, same as the other side. I'm pretty happy with the wiring. Now I've tidied up inside the cabin as well, which looks a heap better. We'll probably do a quick shot of that, and then we're going to move on to the fuel side of it, I suppose. Sweet, up under the dash is looking a lot tidier now. We've removed some cables and rerouted some big earth straps and stuff. It used to be a real mess in there. Now when you actually come right out of it, and have you've got heaps more room in there, so pretty pleased with that. Sweet, so moving on to the fuel system. So a bit of an update as well on the engine. Yarning to Mark the other day as well, and he said it looks like it's got quite hot. He asked if it had leaned out, and then I said about the timing and stuff. So he's like, timing obviously causes heat as well. So just to eliminate it, what I'm doing is literally going to go through the whole fuel system and just triple check everything. What I've done here is I've got the blower out. I'm going to hook up the accelerator cable, because I know it doesn't actually it's literally never got full throttle, which full throttle is opening the secondaries, which is giving obviously a lot of fuel. So without that, like if I go out there on the pad and then I'm sort of sending the fuck out of it, on and off the gas, it's going to love it. But if I get, it's like mechanical secondaries, it's physically possible for me to get off the gas a bit and the secondaries to not be working. So then it's just primaries, and I just literally want to triple check everything is spot on and perfect for the future, because we do not want to be fucking another motor pretty much. So I'm going to hook up the accelerator cable, floor it, and see what the secondaries are doing. Sure, yeah, I'm pretty confident it needs adjusting. I might get another accelerator pedal or something made up. And then, yeah, after we're doing that, we're literally going to start at the fuel tank in the back, and then be checking the fuel filters, well, replacing the fuel filters, checking the fuel pumps. I'll be taking the fuel pumps apart, and all fuel pumps have got to be filter in them, so I'll be checking them, and then all the way coming up to the front as well. I'm going to replace, I'll show you now as well what we're doing. So this is my fuel, this is the fuel log here. The fuel is to come obviously in here, regulated, and then this log. And this, now that I look at it, I think it's stupid, but it's literally lasted the last 6 years, and it's, yeah, I mean, it's worked, but you can actually get a regulator which is 4-port, which is going to be more ideal than this. So I've ordered one of them, and yeah, so then we'll be running new lines and stuff up to the carbs as well. I'm going to make like a nice bracket and stuff up the back of the on the firewall. Yeah, I'll set up hyperlapse now, and we will see what these carb secondaries are doing. Right, we've got it all hooked up and done a couple of tests with Danny pushing the accelerator down and checking out what's going on down here. The secondaries are barely opening up, so, well, they are a bit, but what I've had my brother around as well, and I was going to get a new accelerator pedal made to give it more travel, but what's going on is, all right, push the accelerator down, Danny. Can you see that on camera? God, that's hard to see, isn't it? Is that flat? Okay, well, the secondaries are like barely opened up. Well, they are open a bit, but it's not heaps, which is crap. So if you zoom out and take your foot off the gas, Danny, on the front of on the secondaries for the linkages, I've got a wee split pin. They've got these wee things here. So that goes in there, and it's normally got a wee split pin which holds it in place. But if you go around here, I've got this here out, and this is a lot better idea than making a new accelerator pedal. So you change these linkages, and this one here, so this one literally kicks the secondaries in at about 70% throttle, and there's others which make it like, what does that one say? Yeah, 40% primary, and then these ones here say that they're direct, so it's 1-to-1, silver link 1-to-1 on the third hole at the slot, and you follow that wee diagram. And when you hook them up, the way they say to hook it up, it literally has, on their, following their diagram, it has the secondaries opening up. Where was it? We did it earlier. I think it was the top there, and then it says put it down the bottom like that. So then, now, when you're looking, oops, that's not even the torch I had before. Now, I can accelerate a wee bit, but yeah, literally as you're moving it, it's pretty much straight away. The secondaries open straight away, which is obviously too much. That's not what we want either. But this linkage thing here, I was mucking around with it earlier, me and my brother, with it, and if we put, it's supposed to go like that. The diagram there says that'll make your secondaries constantly go. So if you really want to pump the shit out of gas, but we don't. So I think I went like that. Then I went there. No, can't have been like that either. Yeah. So if you have it on the other settings, which they don't say to do, you literally get the secondaries opening up. Push your foot right down to the floor, Danny. Is that floored? Yeah. And check that out. You've got secondaries and everything right open when you can floor it inside. And that way I don't need to make another pedal. We can just keep it as is. We've just got the secondaries kicking in a lot earlier just by changing that little wee linkage on that. Whoops. Right, so go again, Danny. Check that out. Much better. All right, off. Perfect. So now I've just got to do that's one card, just got to do the other one. It's just literally got a little wee split pin holding it in, and then you put it like that there. Obviously, doing this, I'm going to run it past Mark when, because the car's going to end up back there for dyno and stuff, so I'm going to run all this past him, but I reckon it seems pretty genius to me. Yeah, I'll hook that up and put it back together, and we'll move on to the next part. So just for another comparison, we'll do showing both carbs now. Push your foot down, Danny. So check out that. So this is how it was before, getting fuck all secondaries. And now over here, this is going to breathe mint. This is what I'm talking about. And this is literally just for just like a secondary precaution thing for obviously with heaps of fuel, you can't. Heaps of fuel is good. It's not lean, obviously. Heaps of fuel should go back to shooting at big flames and stuff like it used to. Should be mint. One thing we did pick up was I knew it's been a bit crap, the old foot pedal. It's taken a bit of a hiding over the years, and for some reason there's a lot of side play like that, which is possibly going to affect it up the top of it a bit as well. But what we're going to do is my brother's going to make a he's an engineer. I'm obviously not an engineer. But yeah, we're going to make a bracket which comes along here, up here, and then we're going to run a bolt which goes straight through into the second bracket, and it's going to remove all that side play as well, so I can really fucking party on that pedal, which is what it needs. So yeah, we'll do a aftershoot once my brother's made up the other bracket. Okay, the fuel system, fuel tank's under here. It's when we fill it up, it's filtered as the fuel goes in, and then when it comes out, it's filtered, goes to a lift pump obviously, up to the surge tank, and then filtered again, and then goes to the Holly blue fuel pump over the far side under the Cody's can, which I'm going to replace because that Cody's can, something squashed it, which looks crap, but it used to look quite cool when it was first done. Again, with the making it, having the time and stuff, and want to make everything mint with no failures and shit, and just eliminate any possibility of something going wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to add my lift pump's a bit, the Holly takes it up to the front of the engine a lot bit quicker than what the lift pump does. So I'm going to add a secondary lift pump to it. But yeah, so I'll take all this here off and then add a secondary lift pump for it. So it'll have two pumps
pumping up the surge tank, and then it's just literally never going to run out of fuel then. It's just an extra precaution, I suppose, making it all safe and keeping it reliable. So I'll set up a hyperlapse and take this off. She's pretty hollow under here. You'll see it now. Right, fuel tank is out. I'll just show you what's up. So it's all, I made all this years ago, like when Danny was literally only 8 years old. So there was a few fire burnouts and stuff online at the time, and I was like, fuck that. So everything is literally like stainless braided fuel line, literally from the tank through the like steel fuel filter through to the pump. Everything is stainless braided line, even that there goes all the way up to the front of the car. It's all stainless and for fire protection and shit. So, but it's quite old, so I'm actually thinking I'm probably going to replace all the hose just for the hell of it, eh? But like some of it looks a wee bit, you know, when that came off, it's got a massive barb thing on the on that. But yeah, it didn't really like coming off very well, so it's looking. Now I'll go and show you. It's all. Is it going to focus? Probably not. Yeah, sort of, maybe focused. In there. Anyway, I didn't like the look of the rubber. Like when I had to push it off, it was like, had to pull it off with a screwdriver and it was sort of breaking, but it seemed a bit too flimsy for me. So all this fuel line is getting chucked out, and I'm going to come up with a plan is to somehow mount 2 fuel pumps down there, or maybe just one bigger one. One of the two. I did like the idea of having a secondary fuel pump for when I'm on the pad, and then just like a smaller one for cruising around, so you're not just like washing the fuel through the surge tank and back to the tank unnecessarily. But yeah, I'm going to put my thinking cap on and come up with a plan. Okay, so I've just taken them apart and checked the fuel pump and the fuel filter. There was the other steel case filter of I ended up cutting it open and having a look inside that. There was a bit of crap in there. It wasn't too bad. Definitely wasn't blocked. And even like in the fuel, I showed you in the hyperlapse thing I just did before, but I watched it, but it's literally no point showing you stuff up close. But this filter just obviously goes in there. Make sure it goes that way. And yes, it goes like that and that, and then goes in there. That was had like a couple of wee black dots of rubber on it, which possibly coming from the inside of the hose. It's about literally all it could be coming from. And the fuel pump itself, I've had it before, but I pulled this out and showed you, but I held it close to the camera in the hyperlapse, but I watched it and there's really no point showing you fucking stuff doing that way. But yeah, that just goes. I wonder if I could do it with one hand. Yep. Yeah, so that goes in there because the fuel obviously goes in there, gets filtered, pumped, and then it goes up there. We've tested the flow and everything, and this is how much it's flowing. So it's literally flowing. Well, I wrote it down. So it's flowing. The lift pump is flowing 103 gallons an hour, which is 392 litres per hour. And then I thought it was a Holly Blue, is pumping 167 gallons an hour, 635 litres an hour, which is obviously way more than what it's supposed to. I'm pretty sure they're only supposed to do like 100 and I'm sure Holly Blues are only rated like 110. This wee thing here. So I'd have to assume that adding this Cody's can to the outside of the pump has made it pump all that extraness. No, I don't think it's done that at all. Actually, what happened years ago was my Holly fuel pump actually fucked out. And what didn't actually fuck out, it was literally just a switch. So the switch stopped giving it power. And yeah, so I changed the fuel pump over, but now it's got, so I actually think this is I don't actually think this is a Holly fuel pump. I think this is a cheap one I put on there, but it's literally been on there for six years and done fine. But with the calculations and stuff I've been doing, what I'm probably going to end up doing, I'm probably going to get I'm going to replace both these fuel pumps. I'm going to put brand new ones on, then I'm going to put bigger ones. And yeah, probably going to replace all the fuel line as well, because you can get cheap, crappy fuel line apparently. And I thought it was all the same, but when I bought it years ago, some of the stuff I got on eBay was really cheap. And it was this one here's that's lasted good, so that's obviously a good one. But then when you look over here at this bit of fuel line, when you look at that, and the fuel line is the exact same age, but that has definitely not lasted and aged. So I'm just going to replace the whole lot, new fuel line from the tank through the lift pump to the surge tank there, and then get a new bigger fuel pump to go up to the front of the motor through that regulator, and then we will never have a lean issue. If it was a lean issue, because I just seen on Facebook the other day, the guy Zach Pennick, I think his name was, from Burnout Wars, his motor's just done pretty much the same thing mine did. He's like melted the top of a spark plug, and it and it sounded exactly the same as my one did when it coughed and splattered and died. So I think mine might have had a lean issue, maybe something here's gone wrong, maybe not keeping up. What I'm going to do now is I'll chuck all this back together and then set up another hyperlapse, and I'll take this here apart and just double check that and go from there.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go, go.
Right, so I got this here, got this pump apart, and yeah, that's one of the vein thing there. Pretty sure they're called veins. That's what just came out of there. When I've taken it apart. It goes in there. I haven't actually taken this out yet, so we'll take. Hopefully I can get the filter out. And look at that, spotless clean. So that's good. And I dug my spear parts out one. So what it is that there, my spear has literally been the Holly. It even says Holly there. And what I've done is, this one is obviously, this one here is obviously an Aeroflow red fuel pump, and it even says on the base plate, it even says 97 gallon per hour, which is the specs for Aeroflow red. But I'm fucked if I know why my one is pumping so much more. But it worked out good. It worked out alright anyway. But I'd say both of these pumps will end up in the Pontiac or something like that, and I'll do we'll get brand new for this at least. Righto, people. We're going to wrap up this video now. Just a quick summary and stuff. All the fuel system buggering off, getting everything's going to be new, and yes, the next video will be obviously installing the new fuel system, coming right up to the motor from the fuel tank and that. So that'll be cool. And speaking of the motor, Mark rang up the other night, well, last night, and said that the motor's now done, and he's going to just put the manifold on it, and then he's going to send it down to me. So that's awesome. That's like a real quick turnaround. He's done that super fast. I'm pretty sure I gave him the motor, and it was like just before Christmas, so he would have got that. Yeah, then obviously you have to wait. He got pistons out of America and stuff, and then he just a new block and stuff, and or a new motor, and so he's literally done the whole turnaround, rebuild and everything, and like I'm sure it's under 4 weeks. It's like three, maybe 3.5 weeks. So that's super cool that he's managed to do that for us to get us back on track ASAP, which is that's just fantastic to have that support. We fucking love you, Llama Engineering. And I hope everyone finds the video interesting and stuff. Like, I've been watching other stuff online, and all the information and stuff you try to find, like specs and stuff, nobody actually talks about it. And I don't know whether it must be out there somewhere, but there's a lot of people out there just not doing it. It's probably not as exciting as, I don't know, like smashing the burnout pad and stuff. Obviously, that's what we like to do as well, but this is all part of it. And if you're like into cars and like working on your own car, you're building your own car, or you're upgrading yours and you're just curious and stuff, I hope the information you find is like useful and stuff, because it is actually kind of hard to find this information, even trying to find like what fuel pumps and stuff to run and all that sort of stuff. You got to you got to do some research and shit. So I hope you like the video. Share it around, keep liking and commenting and stuff on the video we call. With the deck off as well, we're probably going to do the old deck, put that back on. Before that deck was literally only put on to get through customs when we went over to Summernats. But I've always loved the look of the original, like literally OG deck that just was on the car when I dragged it out from under that hedge all those years ago. So it definitely looks better, and it's more weight in the back as well, which obviously helps handling with the car. So we'll probably end up doing that. But sweet. Keep your eyes peeled for part 2 video for this, because part 2 will be putting all the fuel system in, and we'll be putting the motor in and getting this back on the track. Sweet. Peace.
Mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity.